going to be a different kind of life for me because I've never done one of these on my own. So I'm really hoping that all of you can participate as much as possible and really kind of, get your questions across, any thoughts, any comments that I can answer for you. So lots of questions already I see coming in. But I'm just gonna really kick off with why this platform is so important. And I think this is part of our empowerment sessions that we're going to do. I know you're all really waiting with bated breath for the entries to open, and they are going to open as soon as I can possibly press the open button. But what we are going to be doing is shedding some light on some of the rule changes, as well as some of the question things, so all the questions that have been asked along the way. So I think what's important is to kind of just paint a picture of, I think, pageantry as a whole, where we all are with this brand, with this industry that we love so much, and how we are here, and some of the questions and things that we've changed over the years. I remember when I started out in this business, which was around 2014, the year Rolene won, and I remember the question being asked constantly: why is pageantry relevant? And I think that question still floats around today. And from our side, from the Miss South Africa organization side, I think it's important to kind of talk to how important what we do is. Because I don't believe that there's a platform in the world that allows young women to elevate themselves so quickly as one that a pageant does. And I think we all know that, us lovers of pageantry, and it's really important to continue with that message, that it inspires hope. It's an aspirational brand, and it inspires support, and for all of us to come together and be together in a way that truly reflects what women can do. We as women can be so many things, and I think we're going to see that a lot this year. We can be philanthropists, we can be business owners, we can be CEOs, we can be lawyers, we can be advocates, we can be accountants, we can be whatever we want to be. And I think the sky's the limit for us. And that's the point of this brand, is to showcase the modern day woman in all that she is and all that she strives to be in a positive light, but also to take that brand and that person to the next level, to really give them that oomph to kind of get back up and say, we can rule the world. We can be the leaders that we need to be. We can take up space. We can have seats at the table. And I think that's exactly what's so important about this brand. And I think that is really kind of the backbone of what we intend to do this year. So without giving away as much as I possibly can, I'm going to shed some light on a couple of things, whether they be rules or requirements, I guess, and where we are. So firstly, the first thing I want to talk about is what it takes to be a Miss South Africa, because I think that really is the base of everything. And what it takes to be a Miss South Africa is many things. It's somebody who's incredibly resilient, somebody who really honors all the pillars that we put out there, duty, championship, empowerment, and beauty, and really encompasses that into her life. So that's the first thing. And I think if any of our young women watching this and who tune into the Miss South Africa channel, if you can kind of all keep that in mind, that's what we're looking for, somebody who embodies that. And Miss South Africa is no specific person. I mean, she's an ideal, and she is a person who represents many things for many women. And that's what's made the past Miss South Africa so incredibly excellent and memorable, is because they don't embody just one thing, they embody many things. And I think that's what we're always looking for. So that's always something to think about. And I see a lot of great faces. Hi everybody. I haven't had a chance to really say hello to everybody, but I see you all. Let's go into some of your questions that have been received over the last over the last couple of hours since we opened this up and said that we're going to be doing things or doing this live. So I know we got a lot about Queen Bee here. Guys, I'm not giving that. I'm not saying that yet. But let's talk about what we're doing with regards to the eligibility requirements for this year, because I think those are super important. And obviously, as soon as entries open, there'll be a page that reflects all of this in our FAQs and eligibility requirements. But I think the importance of what we're doing this week is to really get you all ready and get up for what you need to do and need to know before entering. So number one, there is still no height and no weight requirements. That hasn't changed. As we announced last year, and that still stands, married women, women with children, pregnant women are wonderful, and can be accepted into Miss South Africa this year. So we are so excited to welcome everybody with open arms. So that's kind of thing that we said. And then the big one for us is we have changed the age limit for this year. So this is a big announcement for all of you all out there. We have pushed the age limit to 30 this year, meaning that you can be all the way up to 30, which is not something that anybody's done, but we believe that that's the right age gap between 20 and 30 years old. So that's super exciting. I hope you all enjoy that. And there have been some other questions with regards to some of the entry requirements. Of course, disabled contestants, are they permitted to enter? Absolutely, of course you are. We welcome everybody with open arms. The same with, we opened it opened up to trans women a while ago. And I think that's really important to still push that messaging of inclusivity. And that's what we're trying to do. It's all about inclusivity here. It's about inclusivity. It's about diversity. It's really showing the all-encompassing woman of South Africa, because women are many things. They can be mothers, they can be beauty queens, they can be philanthropists, they can be so many things. So that's really exciting. Another big one is, yes, we got our license for Miss Universe, so everybody can stop asking me those questions. Very exciting. We love the Miss Universe brand. We stand by it, and we feel that it really fits in with our ideals. So that's really exciting for us too, because I know that was there. The other questions that I've been asked is, I've been a permanent resident? You absolutely can enter if you've been a permanent resident, as long as you have your papers in order, and you carry a passport for our country, for South Africa. Do you need a qualification in order to enter Miss South Africa? You do not. You do not need a qualification. You just need to come as you are. We're looking for an authentically beautiful woman. And that for me is so many things. Can one opt out of swimwear? I guess there could be a place for that. I think we've seen that across the world with people feeling uncomfortable in swimwear and bringing their own spin. I believe that our Miss South Africa show really brings a way to express yourself with swimwear in a very kind of couture way. So we really love that. And what are some other questions here? Will the entries be done online or physically? They will be online. There'll be a couple of phases to the entry process this year, and that's why I think it's taking us a little bit longer than expected. But it will all be happening and able to happen the way that you want it to. What are the do's and don'ts when applying for Miss South Africa? I think the biggest do is take the chance, take the bold move, jump in with both arms. It's all about confidence. It's everything. And kind of take this as your year to really break the barriers that you have for yourself. And the don'ts are really, don't do this because you are in it for the wrong reasons. If you're in this and you want to be part of the Miss South Africa journey, it's a really empowering, it's an exciting one. And I think most of the ladies that you've seen come through this process, especially in the last 4 years, will tell you that it's been one that's probably changed their lives. And I think we've seen so many incredible success stories out of the last 4 years of contestants. And I think knowing that what we're trying to do here is create these really empowered young women, and that's part of the base of why we do what we do. The do's are also bring yourself, bring your personality, be authentically beautiful in what you do. And authentically beautiful means just be yourself. Here I am sitting in my house with a shirt on. I don't look a certain way, but I'm confident in what I'm saying to you, and I believe in what I'm saying to you, and I feel like that's the perfect person that I want to see entering Miss South Africa. I want to see somebody who, when I look at them and when I see your entry videos or anything that you send through, I want to know about you and I want to see you. I don't want to see something that you want me to see. I want to see who you are. That whole no filter kind of be you mentality is really important going into this year. And I think from a don'ts perspective, there aren't many don'ts. It's don't do this for the wrong reasons. Don't do this because there might be an epic $1,000,000 at stake. It shouldn't be about that. So just so you know as well, obviously we will put all of this in it will all be in our eligibility and FAQ document that you will see, and that will cover kind of everything that I'm saying, so you can all see this in writing. And I think that's a lot of me talking, and I would love for somebody to ask me a question on the group, well, on the chat, so that I can go for it. I know there's been a lot, but guys, I'm sometimes not very technologically inclined. So I'm gonna start here and say, after the last comment, let's do this and ask me whatever questions you want. Okay, so Janice said, do I need to do an IG video to enter? Yes, you will. You will need to do a video. It doesn't have to be on IG. It can be on any of the social media platforms. So that's something to note. Then I've got, are tattoos acceptable? Yes, they absolutely are. What makes a video stand out? I don't think anything makes a video stand out other than it being something where we it's very difficult to kind of gauge you in 45 seconds, but it's important that you are able to get across what you want to get across in that 45 seconds and do it in a way that's very authentic, as I said. Where will the pageant be held? That's a nice one. I guess I could probably tell you that. It will be in Gauteng. Can you enter Miss South Africa if you're an influencer? Yes, you can be an influencer. You can have influence. You can do anything. It's all about authenticity, really. Are tattoos acceptable? Okay, I said that. Summarize Miss South Africa 2023 in one word. That comes from no other, the only one that matters here, which is Shanae, because she's been directing me here. Summarize Miss South Africa 2023 in one word, and that is revolutionary. And I know that I keep saying that, and we keep pushing this pageant revolutionized thing, but I promise you it is. And it's going to be really exciting. As soon as it drops, you're going to be like, wow, that's awesome. You guys are so great. I would like to know why you guys take 19 years or 18 years old. Really specifically, I don't believe that an 18-year-old, coming straight out of school and having a little bit of life to figure out is able to compete with somebody of an older status. We believe that 20 is the starting off point, which means you are in it for, you're in it at the same level as the rest of the young women who'd be entering. Weight, no weight restrictions. I know, Loretta, you said here it seems like you don't see some of the videos. We do. We see all of the videos. We spend hours and hours and hours watching all of these videos, all of the entry forms. We go through every single one. Does Miss South Africa want a matric qualification? No, qualifications from even a matric are not required. Who's the presenter? Can it be Bonang? I'm not answering this yet, guys. What do you look for in the selection process? Many things, but really that you have to, when you're coming in to enter Miss South Africa, you're going to tick the 4 boxes. Can you be a champion of this country? Meaning when you wear South Africa across your chest, on an international stage, will you bring that South Africanness to you? That's number one. Number two, are you empowered, and are you willing to empower other women? Are you willing to learn? Are you willing to teach? Those are important things that we want to know. When it comes to beauty, we always looking for authenticity, and I keep saying it, and I know I've said it I've said it a lot, but authenticity is so key. Entering without a filter, without a full face of makeup kind of caked on is so important. We want to see you. So that's really, really important. And then duty, making sure that you have something that's close to your heart, something that makes you want a better South Africa. We all want a better South Africa. We all want to live in a better South Africa, a better world. We want to take a message of hope. And that's what makes South Africans so different to the rest of the world, is that we have come from a place where we have so many different people, cultures, beings, experiences, and sharing that and shedding a light on those things is part of our superpower and why we are who we are. And bringing that to the forefront of this industry is really important for us. So that's that question answered. Does the video need to be professional? It does not need to be professional at all. Top tips for the video. Make it short, make it sweet, but make it impactful. Say the things that matter. Be authentic. Do it, and I keep saying authentic, but I'm being serious. These massive filters that we play on, doing these kind of crazy things with our videos. Sit there, wherever it may be, in your room and be like, this is me. This is why I should be Miss South Africa. And I want to feel it when you say it. Weight and height, I've said no. What kind of information do you need on the video? I just want to know why you should be Miss South Africa. What do you bring to the table? Why are you different? Why are you authentically perfect? That's what I want to know. When are the entries opening? Just keep an eye out. They're coming soon. Okay, do I need to have a lot of followers to enter? That's a really important one. You absolutely do not. You can have one follower. I mean, Zosie was I think Zosie started out with 700 followers when she entered Miss South Africa. The night of Miss South Africa, she had all of 3,000, and then we kind of know what happened. By the time she became Miss Universe, 2.7 million. So it does not matter. How old are you? I've said between 20 and 30. Will there be paperwork? Any do's and don'ts for the paperwork? Yes, there is paperwork. There's, fill in the questions. I think that's also something that we see. Like, it's all good and well to submit a video, but fill in the entry form, fill in the questions. Make sure that you get it to us, because we read everything too. Scars, absolutely. How many finalists are we having this year? I don't know. We'll see. Can we get emails stating why we don't make it? That's a great thought, and maybe in time we can look at how we can do that. But for now, it's there's so many entries, it's very difficult to kind of itemize every single person. However, if you reach out, I'm sure that we could take you through it. And I think that's part of what we're wanting to do, is kind of debrief as to why people don't make it. How will it work if you're in school, as in university? We obviously will, create a relationship with whether it be your employer, your dean, or whatever it is, to ensure that they understand how important what you're doing is, and allow you to take the time off to do that. Would you need to have a charity organization to be eligible to enter? No, you do not. Do you have to already be engaged in community work to enter? No, you do not. You do not have to. I think that it's just about playing your part. It's about what do you do for your country. That can be something as simple as, I've noticed that when I go down the street, wherever I'm from, there's one lady who's sitting there. There's a gogo, and she's asking every day for X towards something, and you giving that. Just shedding a light on some of these things that we do is really important. No height restriction, and sure, there's so many questions here. So I think that I'm a long distance runner. Can I enter? Yeah, absolutely. I'll never be able to catch you, but you can enter with pleasure. What is the magic about Miss SA, even if you don't win? The magic is the experience. It's the fact that, and I do believe that this, and I'd love some of the ladies who have been through this process, because I see a couple of them on the live, to just say it for themselves. It changes your life. It's even changed my life. Watching yourself grow, being able to grow, learning things that you'd never kind of learned before when it comes to yourself and others, and being exposed to different networks, to different professions, to different people, to different cultures, and to different things that we as women can be. And these are some of the things that you learn in the process of this competition. It is a competition, but you learn so much more. And I think that most women walk away and think to themselves, wow, I didn't walk in as the same person as I've left. And that's for many reasons, but I've seen the growth, and I see the growth in the young woman and who they've become, and that's really important too. All right. We're going through a lot here. When is Miss SA 2023? All things Miss SA. I don't know, but I'll tell you when you know, we'll all know. As I said, thank you. We also love the new requirements. If you've given birth to a child, can you enter? Yes, you can. I've been rejected twice. Do I stand a chance, or must I let it go? I think it was, obviously, Catriona, we all know Catriona Gray and her verse on, a destiny delayed is not a destiny denied. And I think that it doesn't mean just because it wasn't your time that it's not your time coming. And I think it's important to always know that. All right, guys. I think that's a lot of it. Let me go into the question box now and see what's there. There's no sponsorship required from South Africa. Are you changing host this year? I'm not sure. Are you changing crowns this year? There's a high possibility of that happening, but you'll find out soon about that. And I think that's it. I think I've answered 99% of these questions. I really do. There's so many things coming through. So many. Am I accepting volunteers? Always accepting volunteers. Always accepting people to come and intern for us. We love having everybody a part of what we do. And I am saving this live, so I hope that you all, if you want to watch it again, do that. Let's revolutionize pageantry together. Please be patient as we get ready for the next leg of what will be an incredible Miss South Africa 2023, and we can't wait to chase the crown with all of you. Good night.